We're going to wait until August to download 51 days of the last, they take 87 days of data and then they send it to Earth and then take 87 more days. Well, they got 51 days on this last run, and they're going to send it back to Earth in August on its normal schedule, and then they're going to try to turn it back on again and see if they can get a few more weeks or months of data out of it. I was unhappy about this because I can always send them proposals for new data, and I had just prepared my target table for the campaign 20, and now it's died in campaign 18. So I was sad after 10 years. Sort of my favorite spacecraft is probably on its last legs. But its discoveries are not over. All of that data is being archived, and amateur astronomers and professionals are looking through it to find more planets, and they're still finding planets from data they took 10 years ago, just sifting through that data. And in addition, a new spacecraft was just launched April 18th called TESS, which only looks at segments of the sky for 27 days instead of 87 or 90. So it's not as long a time series for the stellar observations I'm interested in, but that is supposed to be a 2-year mission. They took their first picture of the stars a couple of days ago. They're having an international conference right now on TESS and Kepler, which if you want to stay up till midnight and watch it on your computer, you can do that. Just find TESS Astroseismic Science Consortium website and go to their conference. Last night they were having technical difficulties, so I couldn't watch the first talks, but maybe I'll get to watch some more from Denmark tonight. So I thought this TESS mission, this next mission, was only going to go for 2 years, but it's actually going to go for up to 20 years. They have enough I guess consumables or whatever, fuel, whatever they need on there to do it, to make it last up to 20 years. It just depends on the funding and if they're getting enough science returns. So I'm glad that it's not going to be just a 2-year mission, hopefully. I was trying to answer the question of why don't they know how much fuel they have left? You know, they're getting this low fuel warning. And I read about that today. And if you think about it, our gas gauges on our car, they might have a floater on them, and they rely on gravity. And when the gas is all at the bottom of the tank, and it just floats down. And when the floater, I guess, trips something, then you know you're running low on gas, and you get the gas warning light. But with the Kepler spacecraft, you're out in space, you can't float your gas tank. It's just pressurized. It's in a bladder, evidently. And they squeeze on this bladder as they see the pressure going down and squeeze the fuel into the tank. And all they know is that the pressure in this bladder is getting low. But they don't know how much is left in there. So that's why they're not sure it's actually dead. It could just be a sensor saying it's, you've got 10 gallons left, like on your car. So I'm hoping it might last a little bit longer. I'm planning to give another talk about the discoveries, not of the planets, but of the stars that we've been looking at with Kepler in August 24th. I don't know if that's on the calendar. It should be August 24th. Yeah, it isn't on some of the websites, but it's on that flyer. So I'll try to give an update on the spacecraft and what it's doing on August 24th in my next talk. Questions?
What's your favorite thing out of Kepler?
Wow, that's a hard question. I think that my favorite were these stars called heartbeat stars that you will see a movie of if you come to my talk. Their light curve goes up and down, but occasionally it flares up really high and then it kind of gets eclipsed. And it has to do with 2 stars that are in a really eccentric orbit, and they get close to each other. In this case, that star I'm going to show you every 40 days or so. And the one star actually reflects on the other, and then it reflects back at you. That's giving you like this boost in its light. Plus they get stretched by really strong tides. Both of the stars get stretched out, and their surface area gets bigger, and so that makes them larger just briefly, and so that also makes the light curve go up. But they're just really bizarre light curves. They're going along, go like this and back down again. I guess the stars that I've studied most of my life are pulsating variable stars that are about 1 or 2, well, 1.5 to 2 times the mass of the sun. And they pulsate in lots of different frequencies, and you can we've been trying my whole career to make sense out of them, to figure out what the interior structure of the star is. So that's some of the science that's going to go on for decades after the spacecraft is finished. And they've found thousands of these stars and observed them for long times, much better than any telescope we were ever able to. We were never able to get this data from Earth telescopes before. So for the stars, that's my favorite. There are a lot of planets that are really interesting that I don't know as much about, but some of our speakers will know more about them and probably be giving talks on exoplanets that you can hear in the future. And Paul likes to give talks on exoplanets, Paul Arendt. Right. Any more questions? No.
All right.
For anyone.
Well, thank you, all the speakers. A special thank you to Uncorked for hosting us. We appreciate having the location. Feel free to hang around, chat, order more food or drinks. Pick up any of these that you are interested in.
And come to our planetarium shows. What's up? Yeah, that's the right one. Have to turn it on. Oh, good. Yes. So there are schedules there that show the recent or the upcoming planetarium shows, and you'll be giving one in August. Erica will be giving one in August. I'll be giving one in August. Akana's giving one in 2 weeks. You're giving one Saturday, right? 2 o'clock on Saturday. So come to our planetarium shows and learn more.
Thank you.